What's going on, guys? Matt Schaeffer back here with another Musaic audiophile build for you. This one, Hi-Fi 3 in a Lamborghini Urus. So let's go ahead and check it out. So since I always start you off with the rear, this one a little bit different take than what you've seen us do in the Urus. Most of the Uruses you've seen us do, we do an elaborate subwoofer enclosure up here. We've done a few different types and models and colorways of that enclosure. This one just kind of wanted to keep everything simple, all the money towards performance in the audio system. Also, we're keeping all of our storage space here in this Urus. So with that being said, underneath the floor, we basically have our subwoofer enclosure, which is going to be a 13 TW5 subwoofer from JL Audio, now hysterically Garmin Audio. But we have our Helix P1, that's going to be our mono amplifier that is going to power our 13 TW5 subwoofer enclosure. And then of course we have our Helix V12 DSP amplifier, which is here, again, also hidden under the floor with everything else. Have a nice little amp rack here. Everything underneath this floor is sound treated with a combination of hush mat and sound shield. Behind these panels are all sound treated. The quarter panels are sound treated. And there's enough air underneath this floor for the subwoofer to fully ventilate in this entire area. And underneath this floor, there is enough air for air to move and circulate through this whole area, so there's not really any kind of rattle or resonance when these panels are down. As long as there is enough room for air to ventilate and move, you're not really going to have an issue with the subwoofer being there. It's not really going to muffle it. In fact, the factory subwoofer enclosure resides here underneath the floor as well. That has been removed. Now, as far as the interior goes, this kind of tracks with some of the other Uruses we've done. We created these really nice A-pillars here. The A-pillar is going to house the mid-range and tweeter for our three-way Focal Kevlar speaker set. So behind the door, I can kind of show you a picture of that. There is a Focal Kevlar 6-inch speaker in the factory mid-bass enclosure there. The factory mid-range would reside over top. We removed that, created a cover plate, and moved that mid-range up here. So again, the mid-range is the most important speaker within our front speaker set for our audio system. It's where a lot of the vocals are coming from. So again, that's going to be the most important. Getting that up on top of the dash is going to help us with a better sound stage. Again, we want the mid-range to sound like it's coming right here in the center of the dashboard. That is just going to help, because if you can look down here where the factory mid-range is, it's at your feet. It's firing into the console. My legs are constantly moving and changing positions down here, which is going to change the reflections of that mid-range speaker. So them being up here, we can tune the car accordingly. That soundstage just stays more supplanted right up there. And again, it's not being inhibited by anything. Also helps that the top of this dashboard is all Alcantara, which is going to help with those natural direct reflections that would pop off the top of the dash if that dash were leather. So you can see we kept that factory design, kept the green in there, kept the factory grille pattern in there. That grille pattern is going to match exactly what you see in the lower part of the door. It's even aimed in the exact angle to match what you see in the door. So you can see this had the B&O from the factory. We removed all that. We used a nav TV interface that is back here behind the glove box. That is going to be a digital interface, which the most media-oriented system transport, that's what MOST stands for, that is going to connect directly into our nav TV interface, and that is going to give us a digital signal from the factory radio directly to our DSP amp. So we don't have to worry about the factory DACs or anything like that. We're digitally transferring that information, integrating with this factory radio perfectly to our equipment there in the back. So yeah, I mean, the integration of this all goes flawless. Everything looks like it's supposed to be there. We match the Alcantara suede that you can find in the rest of the car. We match the green, we match the grille. So this is how you make the car sound really, really, really good while still keeping that factory feel, fit, and finish intact. So all of those details are there, what you would expect. I'm sure most people would sit in this car if they've never been in it before and think that that is a factory panel that comes with those speakers, right? So again, we wreak all the benefits of the really good sounding car, no resonance, no rattles inside this car, perfect sound stage, and everything is tuned accordingly. So these cars notoriously sound terrible. It doesn't matter if it's the B&O system, doesn't matter if it's the Burmeister system, doesn't matter if it's the Bose system. They're all, I mean, they all use the same speakers. There's no difference with the speakers. And the funny thing is, a lot of times people think they get a B&O system and they're getting better speakers. They're not getting better speakers. It's actually the same exact part number speaker that is in the Bose system and in the Burmeister system. Same thing with like the Audi RS6 or the Q8. All of these cars use the same exact part number speaker. It doesn't matter what the system is. It can even be a Bentley with the name system, uses the same part number speaker. When you're getting a car with the B&O system, the only thing that you're getting is B&O. They're doing the factory tune for their signature sound. That's how they can plant their name on the equipment. So you're not getting anything special when you're electing for a nice system like that. You're just not, right? So when you're spending all that money, you're not getting anything in return. You're much better off spending the money to do it correctly like this. And this blows anything from any kind of factory out of the water. It's not even close. While still working perfectly with the factory radio, the car, there's no errors, there's no anything. Everything works perfectly seamless. So again, we sound treated behind that whole door panel, sound treated some of the areas around us here. Showed you in the back, everything runs through a Helix V12 DSP amplifier. This is our conductor controller, our DSP controller. What you're looking at right now is going to be the main volume. So how this is set up, we have 3 separate presets. Preset number 1 is going to be the factory radio. We already went over that. Everything that runs through the factory radio runs through preset 1. Preset number 2 is going to be our high-res Bluetooth transmission from our phone. So our phone is going to connect directly to the DSP amplifier, and it's going to give us a better Bluetooth connection than we can with the factory radio. So whether you're using wireless CarPlay, whatever it is, it's going to run at a higher bandwidth, better connection like aptX HD directly to our Helix V12. And if you're watching, like, let's say TikTok videos, Instagram, Reels, if you're on YouTube, the latency or the words to the sound is going to be perfectly on point. So there's not going to be any latency or any delay between the visual and the audio. So that's important to note. Preset number 3 is going to be our Astel and Kern, in this case the new SP4000. So this is a digital audio player, or DAP for short, and this is going to play the highest resolution media natively from the player using the best DACs that is really on the market. So the whole sole purpose of this player is to play music at its highest ability possible. This is the new 4000. I've already noticed some differences with the 4000, that it does have access to the full Google Play Store. So you can download anything on this player. You can download social media apps, anything that you can from a regular phone. It just does not have the phone feature. But all of the streaming apps, if you want to stream music from here, it's better to stream it from here than your physical phone. It's going to sound much better here. So just take note to that. Also does have Android Auto. I just got to figure out a way to use this so we can see the information on the factory display, but we can still use the analog output, because obviously if we're connected USB using the Android Auto, at that point the audio is going to the factory radio, and we're just kind of like negating the ability of this thing to play the audio, right? Because the audio is being played from the radio at that point. So just a few notes with that. Some of the other cool things that we're able to do nowadays is we actually 3D scanned this whole dash. So we took our 3D scanner, we scanned this whole area, and then we created this really cool, perfect fitting mount that fits perfectly in this area. So this thing is modular. It snaps right there into the factory location using those little areas, and then there's the magnet embedded in here so we can mount our SP4000. Also finished in the black suede, Got the Astel and Kern logo there. This thing snaps right on to make it easy to use while you're driving. And again, if you want to access this stuff, you can just pull this up and access the parking brake or any of the switches there. But super cool how that thing works out. And then finally, rear door speakers we left factory 3-ways. They all run through the Helix V12 DSP amplifier as well. So again, we've integrated all the speakers that were there from the factory. We have the center channel still active through the DSP amplifier. That way it's just pulling in a different source. So like when you get a phone call on the Astel and Kern, like when you're using the Astel and Kern or using preset 2 for Bluetooth and you're not connected to the factory radio, that audio will still play through the center channel because it's connected through that preset. So just some easy use things that we do to not have you constantly switching presets if you're not using the factory radio, which would obviously take care of your Bluetooth phone calling. So kind of a lot to go over in a short bit of time. I know I kind of rushed through all that. I could probably do an hour-long video on this, but if you want to see other jobs that we've done, check out the other cars. I mean, we've done so many different cars. We've also done so many other Uruses, different versions of this car. So if you have a Urus and you want to see other possibilities, check out our other videos. I'll link a few at the end of this video. But thank you guys so much for always watching and following these videos. Again, if this is your first time seeing the video, if this is your first time to our YouTube page, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the alert bell letting you know anytime we drop a new video. Make sure you comment, make sure you like, help out that algorithm. Helps me out tremendously. So thank you for that. If you want to contact me for a job, here's my email address followed by my phone number. These are the 2 best points of contact. So go ahead and hit me up there if you're interested. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. We post a lot of videos here before they make them out to YouTube. Same thing with Instagram for Instagram Reels. Make sure you follow us there as well. Make sure you check out our website, musaicdesign.com. This is the one-stop shop to see all the different jobs that we've ever done, the YouTube videos, the build logs, the descriptions, the testimonials, all of that stuff from one easy-to-view place. So go ahead and check out our website. And like always, guys, I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the follow. And
until next time, peace.
Forgetting you don't